Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. Make memes great again. 2017 was quite a year. If we are able to repeat it, we're going to all do very, very well. This is the Bitcoin price hitting a whopping 105,000 American dollars. The high was 108. Hopefully, we are going to see a resolution from this. But really, we're lucky that Bitcoin is at these prices anyway, friends. It felt like it was really game over 2 years ago. And it actually was game over. You know, there was like nothing to be optimistic for. It was disgusting. And now we are watching a $100,000 Bitcoin price. And we're going to play some Pumpy G music to celebrate. We are appreciative of this. Now, everyone's got their own theories about, you know, where's the price going to go? Is Bitcoin, is it going to stop right now? Have we stopped right now? That's one potential possibility. Are we going to stop at 150 or 200? Or 250, 300. Some people like a Wall Street guy, Freddie Croy, a Wall Street guy. He believes we're going to go all the way to 400,000 American dollars. He thinks we're going to go bang, 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 bang. He thinks we're going straight until 2029. Hey, I'm not joking, by the way. They do believe that. So everyone's got their own theories, but we don't really care about that because like I say every day, I'm watching the ratio of altcoins to Bitcoin. That's what I care about. Because I know actions speak louder than words. Even though I listen carefully to the words of euphoria, I do listen carefully, but there is no action louder than people going silly on the wide scope of altcoins. So right now it is about 18%, and you can see that, friends. When I bring up this chart, you check out this number here. You see, it's always like pinged 0.18. That's 18%. If we got to 38, 40%, I guarantee many people will call for the end here. 100%. They're going to call it's over, it's over, it's over. But that would still be under 2021 high. So if you think altcoins have made no progress in the past 4 years, okay, you can have that opinion. I just think you're wrong. And I'm happy to keep holding, even if we do get a PP period. But we don't know, okay? So, but when's a danger zone? It's when we go above 50%. Maybe we go 50 to 60% up here. Yeah, obviously we hope we go higher and higher and higher up towards parity or something. But yeah, that's not about where the price is actually going to go. It's about your odds at that point, you know, and you're not trying to assess where we're going to go in the next 2 weeks or 2 months. You're trying to invest of a decision based off 12 months from now, you know. So if we are walking into a very high others BTC ratio by December or January of next year, you're not thinking about Feb, March, April, May. You're not thinking about that. You're thinking about the next January 2027. That's what you're thinking about. Okay, that's how you win in this game because everybody's got their own opinions and there's a lot of volatility and stuff out here. And now I'm going to quickly crank on to the news, friends, before we move on. That's pretty much everything we need to see as well. So we obviously just went through like Bitcoin's price, you know, Ethereum's had like the tiny little move up. Also, I've got to warm something up to you too, just to read before I start on the news as well. You can derive the real high price of a coin based off its BTC ratio. Okay, so what you can do is, if you allow me to cease any racism, please, ETH BTC. So if you really want the real Ethereum price, the real top from 2017, see how this number's 0.15? Well, you multiply that by Bitcoin, and that's the Ethereum price you'll get for the high. So if you do 0.15 times $104,000, you get about 15,600. So Ethereum's high is 15,600. That's actually what it is. Now, if you didn't come in 2017, if your yardstick, you're going to start from 2021, your ETH BTC ratio high was 0.0 around here, 0.088. Okay. So for you to break that high, you're like, hey, Somi, are we going to multiply 0.088 by the Bitcoin price? So what is 8.8% of that number? 0.088. I'll do that now, friends. Ceasing all racism. That is 9,200. So Ethereum's price, its actual high, it's not 5K or 4,900, whatever it was in 20. It's actually 9,200, as I just showed you. That's the real Ethereum price based off the ratio. Okay, because you're investing in altcoins, if you're deviating outside of Bitcoin, your yardstick is different. Okay, otherwise, you're going to get grifted in life forever. If you don't use these ratios, it's not a matter of opinion, it's you're getting grifted in life. It literally, it's the equivalent, like, by the way, you came into crypto because you understand the government's grifting you, where they're printing 7% per year, but they're giving you like 4% in your dividend, your government bonds. You're like, hey, what a scam. I'm losing purchasing power. Yes, my friends. Yes, welcome. Same thing. In crypto, the same thing. Altcoins are losing purchasing power. All of them, except Dogecoin pretty much. Over time, all of them bleed purchasing power to Bitcoin. Now, this is very, 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 very important. So there you go. So the real, by the way, you might say, hey, Somi, if Bitcoin goes up to 200K, does that mean Ethereum's high price is now 18,400? Yes, my friend. Yes. Actually, its highest price from June 2017, it becomes 32,000. You know, and by the way, because I'm saying this number, I'm not saying it's going to get there. The ratios bleed over time. I'm just telling you, if Ethereum gets to 10K, that is not a celebration whatsoever. Okay, if Ethereum gets to 10K, that's literally, okay, now we're ranging still. All right, so you get the point now. Also, if you're curious, recently we've seen some activity in XRP, right? So XRP around $3.30. If you go check out XRP BTC ratio, which is what it is here, XRP's high price. See, everyone's like, oh, XRP new all-time high. No, it's not. Okay, if you want to see XRP's real all-time high price, right now it is, my gosh, it's 7.6 X away. 7.6 times $3.30. It's actually 25 bucks. And you know what's reality? If Bitcoin goes to 200K, XRP's high price becomes 50 bucks now. So, are you a real believer? Well, here's the thing. I'm just going to tell you something. Blockchain Backer, who is a big XRP maxi believer, he's getting out. What he did is, I've seen it, friends. He actually showed you on the chart. He does a fib from the top to the bottom here. He's getting out around here. He's literally getting out his XRP around here. Okay, so you're like, wait a minute, Somi, that doesn't sound like a believer if you're selling a lower high in the XRP BTC ratio. Okay, man. Doesn't matter what word we give it, friends. It's just the market's going to do whatever it wants to do. Our opinion literally doesn't matter. I know, but I know where everyone's coming from. Everyone's shocked at how the passion and the energy for all these altcoins is so great and everyone's losing. I know. We're literally, friends, we're just like, you ever seen those senior citizens just at Vegas smacking the slot machine? Wow, I hit a feature. Yeah, that's what it is. The feature year of crypto, it's actually what this year, what it's meant to be. 2013, 2017, 2021, and hopefully 2025. That feature year is so big, you get so much dopamine, you remember it for a very, very long time. Case in point, XRP guys are still here. Now, interestingly enough, like you might say, Somi, I don't want to use this top tick measurement. Can we use something here? Okay, well, you can do that. You know what I mean? You can say, all right, well, that's still 4.5x away. It's still like a $12 or $13 XRP. That's based if Bitcoin doesn't move anywhere today. So it doesn't it? Look, I'll be honest. It does concern me that a big XRP believer, he's like, oh yeah, I'm totally getting out here. He does a fib from this top bottom to here. And he's getting out on a 61% retrace. He's getting out there. So effectively what it would mean is if Bitcoin doesn't move today, friends, if Bitcoin literally does not move today, he's getting out about 2.4x away on XRP. So basically, if that's a Bitcoin doesn't move. So 2.4 times like $3.30, it's about $8. It's about $8. Interesting, that's actually where he's selling around XRP as well. That he is selling around $8, $9, $10. But it's about 2/3 of his holdings, 65%. He's just letting the rest go for a moon bag for life. Now, I'm just going to show you that XRP chart. Just as interesting, right? So it's literally right here, actually right at the top of this box. That's funny. My box lands exactly there. If you're curious as well, you can do like a Fibonacci. Actually, I'll do it now. Do fibs on the linear chart, friends. So Fibonacci, you can do it from the very, very top to the bottom. Takes it all the way down here. His highest is up there, but the 2.618 is about $8.50. That's something to think about. And if you draw the fib from the 2021 high down at the bottom, the 4.6 goes around $7.20. So it seems to be around there. So look, I'm just like thinking, well, you know, just it's look, I don't know what words to say. It's kind of like, well, everyone's like cheering for these things so hard, and everyone's like, yeah, I'm getting out soon. Yeah, it's just, you know, I feel like that comedian kind of like giving insights into humans, sitting out there and like, hey, have you noticed humans do this thing? And that's what we're seeing in the crypto markets, but you know, that's the game. Now, getting on to the news, friends. So, Bitcoin hitting 105,000 American dollars. BNB reaches 105 billion market cap. Remember, there are all these coins that have hit 100 billion market cap first time and stopped. XRP, BNB, Cardano, Doge, Soy, SHIB stopped at 45, HEX stopped at 50, ETH topped at 100 billion. Actually, ETH went to 140 billion in that cycle, then it dropped 95%. So, pretty much, if something hits around the 100 billion, now the risk is, right, what if it doesn't hit 100 billion? What if it does the SHIB and the HEX thing and it stops at 45 to 50? Well, these are just the numbers, right? Out of like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of 8 altcoins, all 8, the right thing to do was to be wary around the 50 to 100 billion zone. Very, very, very wary. You have to be selling. All 8 cases. There is only one case in crypto history where being bearish that early, you regret it. That's Bitcoin. Bitcoin went from 100 billion, it went to 300 billion back in 2017. So the first time it broke 100 billion, just that was Bitcoin going from 6K, which is 100 billion market cap, went to $20,000. So that's Bitcoin. So if you separate them, okay, forget Bitcoin because you're actually Bitcoin, okay? Every single altcoin did that. So does that mean there are interesting conclusions we can make from that? Well, conclusions, I mean, like, if your coin is like sitting at 80 to 100 billion market cap, hopefully, like I'm going to use ChainLink as an example, okay? I'll bring up Link now. This is ChainLink. ChainLink is around 16 billion market cap, yeah? So ChainLink is, friends, right now, it is a price of 25 bucks. So if ChainLink got to 100 billion market cap, you know, it's around 6.3x. You can actually do 6.3x, and I've just done it for you right now. That would be ChainLink going to 150 bucks, $160, okay? That's what it would be. If you're curious as well, where would the fib levels take us from the top to the bottom of ChainLink? It would be around, there you go, it's around here. So it would be lovely, please, ChainLink, can you hit like $200 or 180, 190, because there's got to be a marginal buyer at 200 bucks. No one would buy ChainLink at 200 bucks unless they thought $1,000 was coming. So it'd have to be big news. But yeah, let's say it did go up to like, you know, this 180, 190 zone. That's, yeah, 7.5x from here. That would be beautiful if we got that. But yeah, I'm just showing you that that's where it is. So, but here's the thing, man. Okay, out of 9 data points, at 8 data points, all 8, you have to be wary, very, very cautious around that. Very, very cautious, as in like, yes, you're down 95% for 3 years after that point. Saying being cautious is a bit of an understatement as well. So pretty much means like, if you're just basing it off the stats, you got to sell everything first time. But maybe you're like, oh, Sammy, I think this time is different. Okay, but give yourself odds. How sure are you? Are you blockchain backer short? Okay, that's like, okay, so you sell 65% around that zone, you leave the other third. That's one way to think about it as well. And that's probably more responsible as an adult. You're like, well, I don't know what's going to happen. First time, I'll sell 65%. I still got a third. At least I've taken it out in case it ends. Some bullish crypto news as well. Wyoming, shout out to my baby dolls over there in Wyoming, introduces legislation on allowing permanent funds to diversify into Bitcoin. So we're seeing more and more US states do pro-crypto things. The country's behind Donald Trump. It's going to be a Donald Pump year. Lots of lollipops coming our way, friends. Lots of friends will be caught with the Pokeballs as well. I caught you right now. Whee! So hopefully this continues. More and more states going to come out. They're just going to be basically pushing the agenda of crypto, and it's going to get all the bears in. That's pretty much what we want. Remember, the ultimate bear of crypto, friends, it's the US Fed. So, look, everyone's always got an opinion. I feel like by the end of this cycle, well, if we kill the final bear, it'll be the US Fed, but they're not going to print money and buy BTC. Okay, I feel like they're just going to admit, yeah, all right, we'll put it on the balance sheet at some point in the future. We'll do something with it. Just say those words. That might mark the top. That's exactly what happened with Tim Apple, the CEO of Apple, in November 9th of 2021. He went on CNBC, I think, and he said, look, okay, it's good for diversification. It's pretty good for your portfolio. That's it. And that was that. Basically, people were pricing in the euphoria that Apple's going to put on the balance sheet. All the rumors started after that point. They actually marked the top. So it's something to think about. IRS Commissioner Danny Waffle has resigned, which is interesting because Donald Trump, he wants to change the IRS. He wants to make an ERS, External Revenue Services as well, collect tariffs from other countries around the world. Time for them to pay up, starting to pay taxes and stuff out here. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we like seeing change and like, hey, you get out, you're part of the old guard and stuff. Yeah, could be controlled opposition and illusion for the people. Massachusetts, friends, I love the Massachusetts. not to be confused with the small Massachootits, the Senator Peter Durant, he has introduced a bill to create a Bitcoin strategic reserve. So we're seeing more and more of these states are going to add BTC. Remember, Bhutan is light years ahead of them. Bhutan's already got BNB. The cities are buying BNB, which, man, we got cities buying altcoins, man. How did we get to this? But it kind of makes sense. I'm like, hey, someone said to me the other day, like, hey, Sonny, you shouldn't even be surprised cities are buying because you've been talking about this for 2 years. Like, we're all digital real estate. And like, yeah, it's true, my friend. It's true. It's still a bit shocking. I'm like, oh, I guess we were right after all. Because you have all these theories. You just don't know, man. You're speculating, man. You're walking into the future. It's a game, man. You know, like the stakes are high. It's not like where you go, this team is definitely going to win the basketball NBL league. You know what I mean? Like you can say that, but then like you got skin in the game here. You know what I mean? Like if you're wrong, okay, if you're wrong to the downside, you lose everything. And then if you're wrong to the upside about something, your opportunity cost. Literally life-changing gains come and you don't participate. So Poopy Ethereum, friends, finally reached its $3,500 zone, but it's still way off 2021. Okay, so the implied high price is like, you know, $8,500, $9,000 for that. It doesn't mean they reached there, by the way. It doesn't. It just, you have to, yeah, the ratios are more complicated than that. What's going on with PulseChain as well? PulseChain PLS is sitting here, 0.55. SAC price, these are very, very, very low. Also, you can use the ratios, right? So PulseChain, friends, I know everyone will be excited if PulseChain goes up 300% from here, up to 2.2x SAC price. I know everybody will be really excited, but that's break even because of the Pulse ETH ratio. Okay, that's pretty much it. Because remember, when Pulse sacrifice was done, Ethereum was $1,800. Okay, now ETH's higher. Okay, so your hurdle rate is higher. Because you're taking on more risk, you need more compensation. If it never happens by the end, well then, like, that's it. We lose. You lose your BTC or ETH value, but I guess we'll get to that later on. Now, there's many altcoins and stuff everyone can play around with. Everyone's still waiting in this grind zone. There's the same things. We've got Pika here, friends. Just these things are shortcutted here for me. We have pDAI at 1.6 cents. Still doing a beautiful gliding up, which is wonderful to see as well. We also have, friends, as pUSDT. pUSDT, remember I made a post ages ago. If pUSDC pegged to pDAI, if this thing does it, it comes up here and it does 1-to-1. So that's like a way, it's another theoretical way to get a 40% discount on your pDAI. It's like, so if pDAI is 1.6 cents, it's like you're buying pDAI at like under 1 cent, 0.96 cents. But it's risky, man. It's like, kind of like if it doesn't work, don't do everything on it. Like if it doesn't work, okay, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like you're not gaining heaps. And pDAI is your first cycle unicorn as well. So it is risky. Some might even say the ratio is not even worth it at this point, but it's up to you. Now, I want to go through some interesting information. So Shill Gates is a gentle sir, a new fresh face to PulseChain out here. And there was recently, friends, there was a HEX Staker. They emergency end staked a 15-year stake. They lost everything because obviously of the fees. They had only served like, I forgot how long they served, 4 years out of the 15 or something, 4 out of 15. And so like, because it's less than 50% served, like it was a full penalty loss. So this person emergency ended 1.2 million. He served 1,200 days out of 555. So 4 years out of 15, they earned 1.5 million HEX. Their penalty was 3.5 million. They lost all their HEX, principal and the rules. He goes, look at this. I don't like this feature. This person lost all their money just for trying to end their stake. It feels really predatory to me, not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of this. So, of course, Hexicans have come out and they've said, hey, man, it's not predatory. You sign up for this, you do all this. And that's all right, man. I'm just gonna share different perspectives. You gotta understand, friends, as well. You guys all know the price is poop. Okay, you don't need anybody to tell you the price has been poop. Bitcoin's 100K, combined HEX is 1.9 cents. So you already know that. So I think there's value to be had by just listening to outside perspectives to see where they're coming from. And I just want to shed some light onto just, you know, see, there's no right or wrong here, things, friends. So I'm going to show you like, it's like, you know, I can go and snapshot Bitcoin after it's down 94% and go, oh, well, the Bitcoin mining sucks. It's predatory. You know, you could technically say that. It's just after that point, Bitcoin went up, so everyone was happy. Okay, so let's continue. So the perspective, right? So he feels it predatory, right? But why? Because he says, well, there's no real like mention of the like that you're going to lose your money. So I've got just the thumbnail picture here. I know it's very, very small to see. Confirm end stake. Are you sure you want to end it? So it is this lightning thing, but it basically says, hey, this is an advanced feature. Don't run it if you don't know what it does. But yeah, it doesn't say like you lose stuff, right? But you got to understand from his perspective, this is where, friends, like time has been ticking. I think everyone has underestimated how much time has actually been ticking. Okay, so most people, they just remember HEX from 2021, the year it went up, which is pretty much this, okay? The year it went up. And so we have such a dopamine hit. It's like XRP. XRP did 650x in 2017. Everyone got such a big dopamine hit. They had so much nostalgia from that pump. They were like willing to hold for like 7-8 years after that point, and XRP BTC is still down. But this isn't the real HEX chart, friends. In the real HEX chart, if you wanted to look at it, okay, you can type in the 12-month chart and you have red, green, green, red, red, red. That's what that looks like. And if you actually check it on a linear chart, that's actually what everyone just sees HEX as. Something that went up, full retrace, and something that came down, okay? And it's like on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's on the 6th yearly candle print now. So really, if you really want to look at it, I mean, like you can go look at the HEX ETH ratio as well. This is what they see. This is the HEX ETH ratio. And I know you got to add the combined price. So if you want to add the combined price, so this unit is 10. The combined price, it would be around 60. So actually, it's come back to around here. So pretty much, it's gone sideways. In fact, day one adoption amplifiers probably still down, but there's staking and there's been yield and stuff gained along the way. So this is just what the base price is. Okay, but that's actually the reality for like every altcoin. Every altcoin, they've like round tripped against ETH like that. They're back to 2020 levels or worse. So on one hand, you have Mr. Shillgate saying, you know what, it feels predatory because I didn't know this thing was just going to take all my money like that. And then other people are saying, no, you should have read all the terms and conditions and all of these. But remember, friends, see, people who love the system, you were here, you got the dopamine hit of it going up. So you have like a personal allegiance to it. You're like, yes, I'm part of the cult. We're going to win. You have that attitude. But for other people, they didn't have that euphoria. So all they see is that the thing didn't even work in their eyes. Now, whether it does work or not, it doesn't really matter whether it does in the future. It depends how it looks. So you can't really be surprised people are talking like this, whatever, because you're like, oh, you've only seen the thing go down. There was a euphoria here where you heard things went up, but then it retraced the whole euphoria anyway. So what was that for? That's what they're seeing. So in a nutshell, okay, he's pretty much seeing these penalties, okay, and he's thinking, you know what, this 5-year total price action does not justify that penalty. That's what he's saying, okay? Now, it doesn't even matter whether it's right or wrong. The market's going to do whatever it's going to do, okay? And you got to remember as well, that 2020 year, it was an illusion. HEX didn't actually go up in that year, as I was showing you from this HEX ETH ratio, because HEX, friends, what happened was day one adoption amplifier people got destroyed. It goes down and then it rallies off the bottom and it looks like gains. But no, like people who got in early, that's your sacrifice price equivalent. It just comes down here, dumps so much. So everyone was celebrating this part, but actually no. But actually HEX only starts moving up June 2021. So after Richard thought the top was in, which is March, April here, then it starts moving up. So pretty much the move didn't even happen before the top. Okay, that's all that happens. And then obviously if you look at it, look what ends up happening down, just freaking round chips anyway. Is that going to be what Pulse ETH does? I hope not. But look, man, this is the reality of most altcoins. Like 99.5% of altcoins just do this chart. They just round trip. They're unsustained in the following cycles. That's just the reality of the situation. I mean, no, in reality, like you, the market, that's why I always say this. You have decided that they can't hold value. That's what you guys have. Everyone has decided collectively with altcoins that you see Bitcoin as one thing and altcoins as something else. And you just keep rotating mind share and stuff out here, you know? So it's not about anyone's opinion. It's like you, the market, you guys, you keep deciding this in 99.9% of cases, you keep doing that. So I want to share with you some interesting data because it shows you about markets adapting. So this is very interesting, okay? Because crypto is risky, okay? So if it works out, you get life-changing gains. If it doesn't work out, it's tough. Now, HEX had interesting data with the staking. The average HEX staking duration it went up to something like 7 years. 7 years average stake is 6 or 7 years. It started like at 1 and then 2, then 4, 5, 6. Went up to 7 years by the end of it. I think it was 7. Now, there was one of Richard Hart's bragging points. Now, what's happened is because of the price action, product market fit, whatever, you could use 10 variables, whatever, okay? You know, Richard's not streaming, PulseChain launch, EHEX, PHEX, whatever it is. The average staking duration, remember, it's not me talking, it's you, okay? You, the market, you're not staking long anymore. I'm just like observing, okay? So like, oh, you guys used to stake for an average of 5, 6, 7, 8 years, 5, 6, 7 years, average, you know? Your average staking duration now is something like 60 days. So you've gone all the way short term. Okay, so there's a lot of 30-day stakes, some 90 days. Remember, some people do the 1, 2, 3, 4 years. That probably brings up that 30 up to 60. But bulk of people do what we call the bow. So this shows you, the market, you adapted to the reality of HEX being an altcoin. Okay, and once again, it's you making the decisions. Okay, so if someone is upset with that, I would invite them, go talk to everybody else staking with you and yell at them and tell them to stake longer and see what they say to you. What you actually come to find is they probably just, the product market fit for whatever reason, friends, I guess they don't feel like the risk is worth it because they just went through 3.5 years. Price is still down 97% from the top. It's actually down 98.5% versus Bitcoin, you know? So people are like worried about their Bitcoin and their ETH value, obviously. And they're like, well, if I miss the top by like a bit, I suffer for 3.5, 4 years. So that's probably what they're thinking, right? Obviously, that is what they're thinking. But then again, you might say, well, man, that could also be just a product of the price going down. Price goes down, people don't respect it, so they don't want to stake. Maybe if price goes up, people do respect it and they do want to stake. That is something to think about. And if HEX rises up a lot in this year, and remember, friends, I don't want to put any pressure on this year or whatever. I know everyone's, I know what you're all saying. All your views are saying behind the curtains, this has to go up this year. It's the biggest scam ever. But you say that about every coin. Everyone says this has to go up. All these things are the biggest scams ever. I deserve more. I know, man. Welcome to the markets. Everyone feels like they deserve more. But let's be honest, though. If we went back to Bitcoin's price chart, which I'll show you now. Okay, let's check it out, friends. If you go back to Bitcoin and you like looked at it here on a linear chart, okay? This doesn't look like the future of finance, you know, because you don't see anything. You just see, well, you're down 93%, you're still down 83%. How's this going to be like a store of value? This is like your claims that makes it. So you could, I'm sure, if you went back in time, you looked at Bitcoin and you go, hey, your claims about being peer-to-peer cash and store of value, I don't feel like they are. Because it's too volatile, man. It goes down 85, 90%. But look what ends up happening. Pop, 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 pop. Okay? So it does end up working out. It does. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So, yeah, it's kind of funny, man. Everything's okay as long as the price goes up. You know? If that feels weird to you, well, welcome to life, by the way. Try draw me up a scenario where society is doing fine if house prices keep going down every year. What about stocks? What about you can't even, you're losing purchasing power every year. You can't even like, you have to grow your own vegetables. You have to like kill your neighbor for cigarettes and stuff. You see what I mean? So everybody needs that number go up, everyone. And what I've done is actually, I've got the HEX BTC ratio here for you. HEX BTC today, it is at this horizontal line. So what I'm actually going to do is just get this arrow and just show it from here to the top. So you can see it's about a 57x. So see this distance, friends, 57x. For HEX to reach its all-time high, it's got to rise 57x. Okay, just to reach it. What do you think is going to happen, by the way? Do you think it's going to get there? You know what would be interesting? If we did a fib, level on it, where would 60% retrace take it? It would be about here. 60% retrace would be about a 10x from today. But let me try to take it off fib. I mean, like this, because this thing went down so low. Remember, I'm doing it to the horizontal line, not the EHEX price. I'm counting both of them. Yeah, so it's around, it is around here. So the fib levels do work. Yeah, so it's around there. Actually, friends, I just took it off the log, and it would be 29x from today. There you go. So 29x from today. I wonder if that's where it would be. Once again, just want to show you. I wonder if that's where it would have some sort of, you know, distribution. Around that be 29x from today. Remember, that's not even the all-time high. So that would be it moving around here. It would be around here like that. And then you're like, you see, it's funny. Think about it. Like, okay, my altcoin got to my target, then what? Well, what happens after altcoin stops? You know what happens next. What would would it drop down again, like 90% again? Maybe, friends. You know this chart that I'm showing you? What if HEX does that? This is XRP BTC chart, which I'll show you now. Look at this. This is XRP BTC ratio. You see that? Goes down, up, come up. But actually, this is cycle 1 and cycle 2. Okay? XRP's third cycle is here, which is garbage, SEC. Now it's here. Now I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe BCB is right and this does come up here and then it's done. Maybe. And it does that. So you're like, okay, cycle 1 and cycle 2 were good. Cycle 3 was a scam, pretty much a curse. And cycle 4 was some sort of like little retracement thing. That's only because cycle 3 was such a bad, horrendous curse. A lot of weak hands get out and you can do something like that. So unless you're like, okay, Tommy, what about the scenario where we gain on Bitcoin over time? That is possible, friends. What you mean, like a chart where it goes like this and actually makes a floor? Well, anything's possible. I just want to tell you something. There's only one coin in crypto so far that's done it. Doge. That's it. And this is the price chart. Dogecoin is the only coin after 10 years was able to make a higher floor against BTC. That's it. See that? It was actually the only one able to do it. It did ranges forever. 10 years, pop, finally went up and it did that. So that's actually crazy. Yeah, that's wild. That's also makes you think. Even Ethereum has not done it. Even ETH, my friends, which, man, what an abomination. Is that because ETH went too expensive in 2017? Could be. In its first cycle unicorn, it went too expensive. But yes, even Ethereum couldn't do it. That's why in here, maybe Ethereum comes back here. It's got up. I'm just showing you the reality of the situation. That's why it's really important. If there is euphoria, even though you don't have the prices that you might think that you really, really wanted in the highest of dreams, you still got a plan for the next 12 months not going to be a bull market in case it is. So you have to decide on what ratio you think it's going to be. Do you think you got to take out 10%, 33%, 50%, 75%? Some people are just like, you know what, I'm done no matter what. You know, and everyone's got different times and the market will figure it out. So after seeing all these, right, opportunity is still here in every single altcoin. I think that's why it's fantastic. What I show you then, friends, with HEX, HEX, the better Bitcoin, as we know, I want to show you that so you can see markets adapting in real time. That's what happens. I go, the staking thing, the volatility, and it wasn't even from me. This thing is the wisdom of the masses. They pretty much price these things in. Also kind of tells you how with Mr. Shill Gates coming in, he doesn't like reading too many things, which is understandable like everyone else. That also shows you why meme coins are so easy to understand. They're like grasping onto an idea and stuff out here. I was also, shout out to my friend Lil DonDon as well. Lil DonDon said, isn't there like a big warning message that pops up when you end your stake? And I just want to remind you, sir, you and I, we are veterans, I guess, by now, which doesn't seem like what we are. Because new people, remember, they're not here for the rich. They're like, where's Richard streaming? Like, 2020 and 2021, he was doing the streaming. Missing 2022, 3, 4, now we're in 2025. Do you get it? So he has not streamed for more than the time he has streamed, which because everyone remembers, oh, when he gets back. This, you see what I mean? So new people, they're not interpreting that information because they just didn't participate in that extreme upside. So ultimately, friends, remember, HEX stake is not for everyone. It is not for everyone. And the long-term stake is not for everyone. But that's okay because there are other Richard Heart core coins. You have Pulse. You have PulseX with the buy and burn. It's got like number one utility pretty much. Literally, the coin is being bought and burned. You got incentive token if you like some of the pancake swap stuff. So there are alternatives out here. You have the ecosystems on there. I think it's a fantastic thing to see about your upside, your reward, and all these other things, how they play out over time. Also, I want to show you this guy, this HEX Shark. Remember the word shark. It's a water creature name. So this guy dumped $800,000 worth of HEX in one go. He sent it down 15% in one clip. That's him, just 800K one go. He sold 54 million HEX. He made literally HEX just go down by itself. Now, obviously, the prices are all down today as they retrace lower. I'll just show you a screenshot of it now. 2, 4, 5% for the past 24 hours. But we did some follow-ups on his address. So his address, he has 750 million HEX. But it's staked for 9 years. So he's getting, I think, a stake every year or so. his next stake, I think, ends. I forgot, man. There's the guy coming out with 150 million. I think this guy gets another 100 million hex in like a year from now. Okay, a year from now. So just, you understand this supply stuff you can see. But the intention of seeing all this supply, Richard was like, so it's so you have a big edge. So you can look at when you think people are going to sell and stuff out here in the future. But like, there's another aspect to it. Some people will be like, you know what? I don't want to play that game. I don't want to play that game because they're looking at the price, man. They're like, well, I don't want to play that game. This guy's ahead of me. I don't feel like I'm early. I'm just going to go buy a meme coin. That's how new people thinking. That's new people thinking. They come and join new stuff. That's why Cycle 1 coins, they just have this advantage out here because they just haven't had a cycle of memories and horror stories yet. Remember, this guy is shark number 34 in size as well. But yeah, every coin's got big holders. Every coin's got big holders who can get rid of stuff. It also makes you think this guy just like smacked it all in one go. But it's better that they get rid of all of these things now and not slowly over time. Because if they just get rid of it now, strong hands can come in. But yeah, I mean, like you've been hearing that for like years, 3.5 years. Hey, the strong hands are coming in. How does that feel? Now, despite all of these, friends, despite all of these, remember, a lot of this stuff, it's hindsight explaining. So you're looking at these and you're like, well, the price went down, and you go, therefore, you know, this thing is hard. I don't like this. There's too many sellers. It's the same thing. But if you go back to Bitcoin at the bear markets, they say the same thing, you know. Do you remember the biggest FUD of Bitcoin in 2022? Everyone said, US economy is going in a recession now. Bitcoin has never had a recession experience for S&P 500, and rates have never been this high, so it's never going to go up. They said that 40 cycles blown because the rates are too high. They were wrong. They were wrong. It just worked out. They all worked out, right? I know it sounds stupid and naive, but it's true. It did work out. So right now, a lot of bears have been bear posting, okay? So this is this Eugene guy. I think he got caught. I think it was like a Shill is another guy. I think he was doing undisclosed shitting or something. And he kept being bearish on Bitcoin. He goes, the door appears to be shrinking. The door, the door, the door. He replies to himself with the dot. Look at this, and just Bitcoin goes up. The door at $90,000 BTC, shrinking, shrinking, and then up. And then some people mentioned the guy's been literally posting bearish for 18 months. Every time it stops, the door, the bearish, the door. You sound smart, bro. Like unemployment, the numbers are rigged, and all these other things. And just, you just hold, bro. Why? But remember, I've given you the answers, man. Why, friends? Why is it when you just hold, you win? Okay, let's get my disco ball here. It's because of the seventh wonder of the world, compound interest. That's why. Compound interest. They're printing money as a percentage of the money supply every year. They're debasing as a percentage. You're not debasing fixed supply. It's percentage based. So because it's like 7% every year, bang, 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 that is compound interest gain for you. Okay, because they are decompounding the purchasing power of the population by holding the fiat. If they're decompounding that, then we are compounding positively to the upside. That's crypto going up. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't happen like overnight. You got to wait. You got to wait for it to tick over and stuff out here. So yeah, friends, remember, 1-2 years bears. Everyone's got their own opinion. But ultimately, when you look at, say, where crypto industry is going, we're at 3.5 trillion. Next step here is hopefully another 2x, 7 trillion. This would be the absolute dream, friends, as you go to 7 trillion, screw around, everyone thinks it's over, and then we have a white swan that takes us to 14. So 7, screw around, that 4.5 to 5, everyone thinks it's over, and then literally 14. Something happens, I don't know, US Fed says, you know what, we might buy it, just something out here. And then some unforeseen planned event happens at the end of 2026 that makes everything go, crap. And then we have something like that. Maybe, okay? Maybe. I mean, look at these, friends. Like, we came back to the top of this one. Yeah, so we'll see what plays out. Like, subscribe, bell button, all. Catch you soon.